Hello and welcome. This video is going to be a little bit different, but I figure I might as well do it anyway. This one is questions from you. Now, I've been asked a lot of questions over the months, and I've just put them all together, and then I picked a few out that kind of make sense with each other, and I'm going to answer them now. If you like it, fair enough. If you don't, then never mind. But watch it anyway and see what you think. So here are a few you wanted me to answer. Now, this one needs more of an explanation, so I asked him, and he explained, but would you please actually ask a question instead of just a word with an exclamation mark? Because this one was friends. Yes, that's about it. So what does that actually mean? So I contacted the guy and asked him what it meant and stuff, and he was on about just talk about different friends. It's a bit vague, that, to be honest with you, but I will. Now, there are many different types of friends you can have, but I'll only mention a few here. First of all is work friends, which I have never had and probably will never have, seeing as I will never have a real job, which I think is fantastic, and it works well for me. But they're the ones that you don't choose, but you kind of have to get on with them. They're school friends, which is from a very young age. Well, I never liked many of them, but I figure I might as well get on with them instead of hating them, and then it would make life a little bit more bearable at school. But I was never there anyway, so it didn't make much of a difference. And they're also the ones that you are, well, I don't know, you don't really choose to be friends. You see, friends are who you choose to be with and choose to like and all that sort of thing. But there is ones that you don't choose, but you're friends with from a very young age because your parents are friends. And that's sort of like every time you meet when you're young, it's like, yes, your parents go and you go, and you meet and be all like that. And that's the only reason you really know each other. Now, this is a bit mental because you're basically forced to play with a kid that you really have no intention of being friends with, or in the future you wouldn't have as a friend anyway. But for this, one of my friends is actually one of these types of friends. Now, me and him actually started talking about this and why we were friends, and we couldn't come up with an actual answer apart from the fact that we just knew each other since we were both born. We don't like the same music at all, we barely like the same types of films, we hate each other's taste in video games, and complete different likes in life out of anything. He's clever, I'm stupid. Now, I'm not sure how the conversation actually got started, and I'm not sure how it ended either, so I'm not really convinced of how we actually came to stop talking about it. Let's just say, if our parents didn't know each other, we wouldn't know each other. We were at complete opposite ends of the school, like he was in the top class, I was in the bottom class, and it's mainly complete different groups. But many people have asked me about that, and that's all I can come up with. But it's not a bad thing. As long as we don't talk for too long, we can get on alright, I think. But now on to the other. Friends from school. Now, as I said, these aren't real friends, these are just people who you choose to get along with to just get through the day. I never really mastered that getting on with people part of my life. So people either tolerated me or hated me immensely. Which either way, I was quite pleased with it, because then they would talk to me a lot less, which means I could just stay out of the way. But thanks to my brother and sister, who were at the same school, but in years before me, I still wasn't an unknown person. It also didn't help that I looked the way I did, which was a bit unfortunate, really. I've been told that because of my times at school, I became a recluse, but I don't know what that means. So I'm going to say yes, I am. Unless it means something that I think it doesn't mean, then I'm screwed. But if it does mean what I think it means, and as I mean I just like being on my own and doing my own thing and whatever, I honestly have to thank people at school for making me that way, because without them I wouldn't be doing this, which I do enjoy. And even though it doesn't make me any money, it's still very fun. And without this, I would be doing something remarkably pointless that wouldn't lead to anywhere in the future earning me any money at all. This has a chance of doing so. And it's something I enjoy. So if I do start making money, I can laugh at everybody else at school who did well, who now are in a job they hate. So there you go.